Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're talking about Sundial. Now this company here I talked about for a lot of many times, as basically the title suggests. This is a multiple different updates. I think there's almost around 100 videos I did talk about in the last 3 years or 2 years. Now Sundial, they work in the cannabis industry. They've raised a lot of money as a result of the stock really pushing forward and then raising some money out of it. Now, Sundial itself has zero debt, a market capitalization of around $1.8 billion, and an enterprise value of $700 million as of the end of 2021. Now, they have a proven track management for management records and improving cost discipline, and achieved positive adjusted EBITDA for the first 9 months of 2021. It's anticipated that 2021 will be the first time they reach a positive EBITDA period. Some of their highlights previously was a positive EBITDA, an improvement in net revenues. For instance, year over year, they added a $2 million on there. Their adjusted EBITDA went around 10.5 million profit compared to a loss of 4.4 million. And their net earnings went 11.3 million compared to a year ago of 71.4 million. So this company also has been acquiring and doing basically collaborations. For instance, here is Alcanna and Nova Cannabis overviews. So Nova Cannabis is under Alcanna, and the transaction highlights is that Sundial will basically tap into some of the markets with Nova Cannabis. So right on here, improved sustainable cash flow profile with expansion into liquor, and enhanced exposure with investments in Nova, a publicly listed pure play cannabis retail operator. And they provide a deeper retail expertise as Canada's largest private liquor retailer, and the cost and revenue synergies anticipated through operations efficiencies and additional market share with Nova retail platform. Alcanna shareholders to participate in and help create the future of Sundial. Now it does go ahead and talk about basically the geographical coverage of them and where Nova does in terms of being one of the biggest cannabis largest retailer. And when you put in basically Nova Cannabis, Sundial, and Nova Cannabis Plus all together, the company really does basically take a massive swallow into a lot of the other competitors. So it does talk a little bit more about their products, their investments highlight. If you do remember, I did talk about Sunstream, Bancorp, where they're basically using, with as well SAF Group, a bunch of capital to go ahead and capitalize on the market share and increase their market share in Canada, US, and internationally. On the 6th of January, they also did announce an agreement to revise consideration under the proposed plan for agreement between Alcanna and Sundial Grow. Now, this one here does talk about them amending the agreement that we previously just mentioned to reflect the revised consideration. For each share held, 8.85 common shares of Sundial and $1.50 consideration was given. The revised consideration representation of changes from all shares consideration to a cash in-share consideration mix. Based on the exchange ratio and the amount of cash consideration and the closing price of Sundial shares, the revised consideration represents a deemed value of approximately $8.43 per Alcanna share. So that's just basically an update in terms of the agreement itself. In terms of the price over books, Sundial meets 1.13. I'm not going to go through the TTM because that's a yearly thing and they've improved this year, so we'll brush right over it. In terms of institutional buyers, it's a bit mixed. You have some people selling, some people buying, nothing really to write home about. Now, before moving on towards technical analysis, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button and leave notifications buttons on, and don't forget to drop a like. Now, towards the technical analysis, there are a few key points we want to focus on. First off, on the moving averages, things are almost looking on a horizontal line. There's not much going on other than the 200 SMA is climbing downwards, which basically sets this one for somewhat of a bullish kind of move, where it does go above the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA. But again, without strong fluctuation in price that would actually reach it above there, this is just a moving average moving downwards, which is somewhat of a good thing, but not really something you should count your trade on. Now, average directional index is around 1339, suggesting more of a sloppy move. William %R, which is very similar to the relative strength index, is showing neutral, neither overbought or oversold. The MACD is currently at 0, attempting a negative reversal. And if it does, that would not be, of course, a good thing. Negative reversal is never a good thing, but currently it's still latching on the positive side at positive 0.001. It has a very strong chance that it does continue to drop into a negative reversal, given what the market is like in the last few days. Momentum is negative, around negative 0.03, although it being negative doesn't mean a negative reversal, but more of an indication that it could be coming. Now, in terms of stochastic fast and stochastic slow, now, most of them are actually pinpointing downwards, suggesting a test for the next support. Now, the moving average bands and the Bollinger Bands are more of horizontal, but they propagate between 66 cents and 54 cents, so you can expect volatility to be easily touching those two levels. Now, honestly, if it does go ahead and try to break up to the top, which it did twice, you might see a bit of a push upwards. It's a very minor one, but if it has history of really going downwards and not stopping where the Bollinger Bands are. But nonetheless, you can at least expect that these two are very critical support and resistance levels. Now, Fibonacci retracements shows a significant resistance at 65 cents, 73, 79, 86, 95, 106. Support at 53 cents. Now, on the price line action, we're able to see a significant support level at the 58 cents, then going downwards to 56 cents, and then around 55 cents and 54 cents. Resistances around 60 cents, going to 62, and then higher to around 64, 67, and then 70 cents, 74 cents, and then a bit higher to 78, 80 cents, around 83 cents, 87, and around 90 cents, going to 93, 95, and $1, and then 106. And then taking a look into analyst recommendations, analysts have given this one actually 3 holds in the last 3 months. So it's all hold with an average price target of around 89 cents, around 49.38% upside from where it is right now. The lowest price target is around 45 cents 9 months ago, although in the last 3 months it was 80 cents, which is still 33.3% higher than where it is right now. In terms of the highs, it's almost around $1, not 97 cents, and that's around 62% from where it is right now. Now, none of these are actually going to meet compliance. You need above $1 for 10 consecutive days. Now, from taking a look into what I think about this one, I think that Sundial actually has a good future ahead of it. It really brought back their balance sheets. I do think the end of the year results will be really positive. It's going to be the first year they're going to be achieving EBITDA, at least I hope so, and that's what I'm anticipating on. That's what I'm counting on. There is a few key points of their business that they do need to become more efficient at, but nonetheless, the direction they're going is very, very bullish. They raised a lot of money and they're using it correctly based on the capital they've actually raised. So I think so that this company can actually go ahead and raise its price above $1. It's going to be very challenging, but at least they're in the right direction. But there is still somewhat a chance of a reverse split if it doesn't reach strong news. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.